A lot of people say they're bad with money. Ugh, I just can't do money. I'm so bad with money. Money just slips through my fingers. I don't know what happens to it. Well, when I was 5, I took all my birthday money and I went to the little store and I bought a lot of candy, a whole lot of candy. Now, I didn't eat it all, I shared it. So I did know to do that. But my father told me that money was burning a hole in my pocket. Now, as an adult, of course, I know he was just teasing me, but my 5-year-old self, it stuck with her for about 4 decades. It stuck with her. Maybe more than that. I have to do math to figure it out. Might have been 5 decades. Because I spent all those years, those decades, basically proving my father right. Because at 5, when he said that, well, I thought my father knew everything. Everything. So I figured he must be right about money burning a hole in my pocket. I mean, I did look into my pockets at the moment and say there's no hole. And so he did explain to me that it meant I couldn't hold on to money, that I spent it as soon as I got it. So I spent the next, like I said, 4 or 5 decades proving him right. Until the day I didn't. Until the day I started shifting my thinking and saying, he wasn't telling me I had to do that. In fact, he actually said that when I told him that I had figured this out, you know, and that what I realized I had been doing. He just looked at me and goes, I didn't mean you had to. And I said, yeah, I get that now. I mean, so we had a nice little laugh about it. But I always thought I was bad with money because I was doing what my daddy told me to. That's the way I think about it. That's the way I like to look at it now. See, we have to be careful what we say to kids because they're very impressionable. But we also have to take our own responsibility and say, wait a second. I mean, I should have figured that out by the time I was 15. I mean, honestly, let's be real. I should have figured out that he didn't mean that. It didn't mean I had to do it. I certainly should have figured it out by the time I had my first real job and got a real paycheck, and didn't have any money by the next payday because I spent it all because it burned a hole in my pocket. I should have figured that out on my own. I can sit here and shoulda, coulda, woulda all day long. Doesn't change the fact. So I noticed what I did. When I noticed what I did, I couldn't unsee what I was doing. I wasn't blaming my father for what I had done. In fact, like I said, I laughed about it. It was hysterically funny when I realized what I was doing. But I also realized I wasn't bad with money. I was just making some bad choices, some not so great choices. And you know what? If I was making those choices and now I saw the light and turned on the light in the little dark room and saw this pattern, I could change it. Because if I learn something, I can unlearn it. That's one of the things we do in infinite abundance. We find those patterns. We find those blocks. We find those funny, silly little moments in our lives. And we realize it wasn't that we were bad with money. We made a mistake. Big deal. We made a mistake. We can't go back and fix all those years of making that mistake, but now we can make sure we don't make it again. And that's how we grow wealth over in infinite abundance. Why don't you come join us? It's just $27 a month. And you're around like-hearted people, like-valued people who are on the same path as you, growing their wealth bit by bit, no matter what their income is, no matter their age. Ask me about it. I'll be happy to touch base with you and get you to join us. Just $27 a month. 27 little dollars.